I read the Bible once, and it was written, love your enemy and bless those who curse you. It's not happening. If I see my enemy today, I'm going to kill him. If I see those people, they burnt my house, I'm not going to bless them. I'm going to kill them. I'm not going to forgive them and bless them. But this verse, it was a challenge between me and the Lord.
Καλώς ορίσατε σε άλλο ένα επεισόδιο της εκπομπής Κατά Ιωάννη 3:16. Κάθε φορά φιλοξενούμε ένα διαφορετικό πρόσωπο που μας λέει για τη δική του εμπειρία ζωής και τη συνάντησή του με το Θεό. Σήμερα έχουμε μαζί μας τον Άμπτο. Άμπτο, welcome.
Very nice to be with you, Anna.
We would like to hear from you, your life story, and you have a very interesting story. You came from Syria, and I know that in Syria you had a very, very good life.
Yeah.
So you want to talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I will. I come from Syria, and my city is Aleppo. I used to play water polo and swimming coach, and I had a very good life in Syria before the war.
You were not just a swimming coach, you were actually a coach for the Olympics team, the Special Olympics team in Syria.
I work for the special needs and for the Special Olympic as well. I taught them how to swim, and we had a good team. And
it was a children's group?
Children and adult as well.
Both. Okay. Yeah. But you were also playing as a professional water polo player.
I played as a professional water polo player.
Was it in one of the teams there in the big teams?
Yeah, it was a big team in my city, and I play with the national team.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your life and what happened in Syria.
Yeah, I grew up in a Muslim house. It's my family. I raised as a Muslims, but my family sent me to a Christian school.
Okay.
So I know everything about Christianity even before I come to know the Lord in a personal relationship with the Lord. Like we had a very good life through all of this year, all of my life in Syria. Until the war started, 2011. Everything changed. I had a great life. I had a life that any young man, 25 years old, can dream to have this life. But after the war started, everything is changed. The 2013, the radical Muslims groups attacked my area, so we have to run away from this area to another area, so I lost everything.
Were you part of the army, or were you just...
No, this is before the army.
Oh, okay.
I lost everything. Like 2013, they attack our area and take over the area that I live in, and my business, my shops, everything was in that area.
So you lost everything?
I lost everything.
And you moved to another...
We moved to another area with my family, and then I need to start from zero.
Okay.
I was building my own kingdom before.
Yes.
Like I was building my name, my kingdom. I want all the people know my name because that will help my... reputation and my swimming reputation, my swimming school reputation. But I lost everything. I need to start from the beginning after I ran away the first time.
What happened in the new area you went? Were things good? Did you prosper?
It took time a little bit. From a business owner to a coffee seller on the street.
Okay. You changed professions in a way.
And then slowly, during the war, there is no electricity. So we need to be smart a little bit. We use our brain and we start creating a big generator and selling electricity to the people.
Oh, this was part of your business?
No, I take over after selling coffee on the street.
Oh, okay.
I just think and
Of different things, and you moved to another area
yeah.
of
And I
business.
made a lot of money until the point that they took me to the army again.
Okay.
In Syria, we have a military service like Greece. We have to go to do obligation military service. I done this 2005 maybe. I finished it.
Yes.
But I was going to the swimming pool. I had a training lessons, and an army police stopped me and say, "Give me your identity." I gave them my identity, and they say, "Oh, you have to go to the army again." I said, "I've done my army." So in a way, they kidnapped me from that checkpoint and throw me into the war again. This happened in 2014.
Okay. And after that, after you joined the army, how were things? And
They put me in prison around 20 days.
why?
Because they waiting all the paperwork, so they didn't put me in a nice place. They put me in a prison.
Okay.
And a prison with, I was in prison with ISIS, with like criminals, with killers.
Oh, it was not a nice place
No,
to
no,
be
no, no.
in.
It was underground prison. It was crazy time. But after 20 days, they sent me to a place. We gathered, and then they took us from that place to be on a front line fighting in the war.
That must have been very difficult because
yeah.
we see the war in movies, but it's different being an active participant in something that is in a war.
Yeah, you see an action movie,
Yeah,
but I see this action movie in the reality.
yeah,
See the car flying,
yeah,
people being shoot, and blood spread everywhere,
yeah,
and people be in pieces.
yeah,
I see that in my own eyes.
yeah.
I lived it for 1 year, a whole year. It was a very difficult time in my life.
Yeah.
And at that time, I decided there's no God at all. Because I lived all my life, I didn't hurt anyone. I was doing good thing.
Yeah.
And I said, why you are doing this? There is no bad guys to ruin their lives. So
You were angry in a way with God.
I was very angry. I decided there is no God existing in this world. There's no God. Because I stayed hungry for 10 days, 20 days. We didn't have water. It was a miserable time of my life.
And how did things proceed? How did you end up here?
This is a long story. I reached to the point, I am done. I need just a way out. And if I stay in the army, I will die. And if I try to run away and they caught me, I will die. But there is a hope in running away, to live and build another life.
Somewhere else.
Yeah, so I decided to go in that road.
In that direction.
Yeah.
So you left the army.
I left the army, and it was a very, very, very dangerous thing to do, because I have to run away from the army, from the government police, from the ISIS, from the other radicals group. They are fighting the government, and the Turkish army on the border.
Wow. But you managed to escape.
Yes, I did.
So you came through an island to Greece. How did you come?
I came through an island to Greece. It was a Chios. I stayed on Chios for 6 months, and then they transferred me to Athens.
Okay. And so how was life in Athens? And
In Athens, it was like a transformation point in my life, like a spiritual life, and in general, you know. I get introduced to a Greek ministry working with refugee. They introduced me to the Lord, and I grow up there spiritually, and I'm the man that today because of these people. But the challenge that was between me and God, how to love my enemies. I work with this organization for several years, and through my job, I need to take people's names and organizing thing, you know. When I start this job, and it was before I take my decision to follow Jesus 100%. I read the Bible once, and it was written, love your enemy and bless those who curse you. I said, this is not real.
It's not happening.
It's not happening. If I see my enemy today, I'm going to kill him. If I see those people, they burnt my house, I'm not going to bless them. I'm going to kill them. If I see those who shot me in the war, I'm going to kill them. If I see those who killed my cousins and my friends and shooting rockets on my family, I'm going to kill them. I'm not going to forgive them and bless them. But this verse, it was a challenge between me and the Lord. This was like, I say, if you are a real God, let me do this, because this is impossible. But through my job, I come across people that they were from the same family, they burned my house.
They were related to the
Yeah.
people that did this to you.
Yeah. And people related to those who killed my cousins. And also people related to a family that they were shooting us while I was in the army.
But at this point where this is happening in your life, you have gotten to know the Lord personally.
Absolutely.
So how did you react?
Every time that I pass through this, I get amazed. I said, what's going on? Something strong, you know, something strange happened, you know. I never been in this way in all my life. My personality, it was like, just punch them. This is in my personality. This is my old life. Just punch them. And this is at least they can deserve, you know.
Yeah.
But God changed it. I bless them. I help them. I walk through their problem.
You found love in your heart for
Oh,
those
yeah.
people.
I never experienced this before. And from this point, I said, there is no other God. There is no other God deserve to be worshipped other than Jesus.
You saw a change in yourself
I
because of
saw
God.
a very, very personal change. Not a general, it's a very personal. God touched a very personal point. And I thought in my entire life, this personal thing, it will never change. But He changed it.
What was the thing that drew you to get to knowing Jesus, get to knowing God in a personal way, coming from a Muslim background, I mean?
I think loving my enemies.
That was the turning point.
That was a very turning point, and I live it, you know, I experience it. If it's not with Jesus, I'm not going to do this. I know that something changed inside of me, made me do this. There is no government, there is no moral principle could do this. Because I come from a family, they have a high standard of morality and ethical. principle. I grew up in a very high ethical principle in my house. But if someone slapped you on your cheek, you have to
Retaliate.
return it back.
Yeah. What I want to ask you is about a story. I know you shared this with me before, and it was during the time you were trying to escape the army and leave your country behind towards finding a better life. And I would like to ask you to share this with us.
You know, after this period of time, I accept Jesus as the Lord and Savior in my life and start reading my Bible. I've so many things happen in my life that I didn't know that this was God's hand even before I met Him in person. So one of these stories I shared with you before, I was escaping from the area under the government control to another area. So the smuggler, he took me to the area under ISIS control. And he threw me there and he left. I was by myself in that area for 2 days. I didn't know anyone. I didn't know what to do. And even I didn't visit that area before the war. So I asked some of the people there how I would go to the Turkish border. They show me the way. You have to take this bus to this village, and from this village you have to take a taxi. I said, fine. I took the bus from the area to the other area, and I was sitting behind the driver. And I heard the driver say, ladies, cover your faces. We are passing a control point for ISIS. So I didn't know that area. And we passed, and nobody stopped us. And I hear the passenger next to the driver say, where are they? This is strange. They are here, and they never changed this checkpoint. I say, I don't know. It was, if this point stopped this bus, I will get killed. And we continue the journey to the other village. So we arrived to the other village safely, and I took a taxi from that village to the Turkish border. So during the way, it was like a very, they had big fight between ISIS and the other group, and and it was a very stressful time in my life. We passed the first checkpoint, and the second checkpoint we have to turn to like a separate way, to go to the other part of to other village. And on that road, they stopped us. And they say, you.
They said this to you?
Yeah. I say, yes. Give me your identity or something I don't have my identity card. I have my passport, but I hide my passport.
So that they wouldn't take it?
Yeah. I make myself taking something from my pocket, and a lady in the taxi say, oh, God bless you. And they say, oh, go, 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 go. This is the second time I should be killed. But I didn't realize that until the point that I read my Bible. I was going through a reading plan, the whole Bible. This is the first time I read my Bible. And the first time I read the book of Exodus, and I saw how God take the Israelite from Egypt, out of Egypt, and how He provide for them through the desert, and I said, I live this. I experience it, in some way. And maybe even in the hardened heart of the Israelite, I was the guy that has a very hardened heart toward God. I live it. And I had a personal experience. Like, when I read this the first time, I saw all of this like a movie, you know?
Parts of your life, you
Yes.
mean? So you recognized after you read the Bible that God was there with
Yeah.
you. God's protection was
Absolutely.
rescued you.
If, like, you know, this feel, I don't understand. I reached a point that I did not understand what's going on in my life.
Before.
Yeah. Because many times I should be killed, but I didn't. One time we had to, I was in a swimming pool. It was 2012. We had doing a training in the swimming pool, and I said to the team, let's play another 5 minutes. We played another 5 minutes, and we hear explosion happen outside the swimming pool. And because of these 5 minutes, we get safe.
Oh.
They explode car in the same point that we stand all the time waiting each other to finish the
So if you had gone out, you would have been there at the explosion. Wonderful. So now that you know personally the Lord, and you have lived a few years with the Lord in your life, what would you say that the changes that you saw brought forth by God in your life are?
You know, if you are obedient, God will bless. And I saw and experienced so many blessings from the Lord. And now I'm a husband for a beautiful wife and a father for a gorgeous little girl. And the Lord is working in my heart and in me personally to build me to speak of His name and to preach His name, you know. I'm doing seminary now, and He work and prepare all of these tools to build this man to speak for His name, and only His name. This is not about me. This story and what you hear, it's not about Abdo personally. It's about Jesus and what He can do and how He can change life and how He can just, without knowing Him, He prepared His way for you and me and everybody. It is not about me. It's about how we should be obedient to Him and how we will receive a blessing, how we will see the sea opening in front of us.
Thank you, Abdo. Thank you for sharing all this with us.
You're welcome.
Ευχαριστούμε και εσάς που ήσασταν μαζί μας. Αυτή ήταν μια ιστορία όπου είδαμε ότι ο Θεός έχει τη δύναμη, ακόμη και συντρίμμια, να τα αποκαταστήσει. Και στην ιστορία του Abdo πέρασε πολύ δύσκολα μέσα από ένα πόλεμο, μέσα από κινδύνους που ο Θεός ήταν εκεί ακόμη και όταν εκείνος δεν είχε συνείδηση του Θεού και τον φύλαξε και τον έφερε σε ένα σημείο όπου προσωπικά συναντήθηκε μαζί του. Ο Κύριος επιδιώκει να έχει μια προσωπική σχέση μαζί σου. Σε όποια κατάσταση ζωής και αν βρίσκεσαι, σε προτρέπω, στρέψε τα μάτια σου ψηλά. Ο Θεός είναι εκεί και ο Χριστός σε καλεί στον εαυτό Του. Πες, Χριστέ μου σώσε με, φανέρωσε το πρόσωπό Σου μέσα στη ζωή μου. Ο Κύριος σε αγαπά. Αν θέλετε να μας στείλετε κάποιο μήνυμα ή έχετε κάποιο αίτημα προσευχής ή θέλετε να σας στείλουμε δωρεάν μια Καινή Διαθήκη για να τη διαβάσετε, μπορείτε να μας στείλετε το μήνυμά σας στα στοιχεία που βλέπετε στην οθόνη. Ο Θεός να σας ευλογεί.